Good morning, groovy green screen geniuses. There you go. There's some alliteration for you today. The chapter that you four are so honored, really honored to receive is In the Kitchen. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Your group has the biggest chapter of them all. Your chapter starts on page 158. Can you see it? 158. And it goes all the way until 178. That's 20 pages. But you know what? I picked this chapter especially for your group because I know not only can you handle it, but you can turn these 20 pages into the most fantastic green screen video ever. So, I personally think that the In the Kitchen chapter is one of the funniest pieces of the entire book. I think we even had kids laughing, they were crying so much during while we read this chapter as a class, especially with all of the kind of adventures that Luke gets into while he's in the kitchen. So, I don't want to give too much away, even though you read it, but I want you to go through, maybe not reread because it's so long, but maybe skim for the important details, the In the Kitchen chapter. Okay, check out all of the characters because there's a lot of moving pieces in this chapter. Check out the setting. Does the chapter take place all in the same spot, or are there different locations? Are you going to have to switch back and forth between different settings when you make your video? Okay, make sure you have all of that taken care of. Use your graphic organizer to keep track of all of your notes, especially for a chapter of this size. You got to keep everything organized and in a cohesive, sequential manner. Okay. Then I want you to take out and look at the mood in this chapter. Okay, mood is a kind of a tough one. It's what's the feeling of the chapter. This one is super exciting, so you should come up with some pretty fantastic adjectives to describe the mood. Okay, you won't actually have to verbalize the mood when you make your video, but instead that should be in your mind of how you're going to perform your script with your pieces in the video. Okay, if it's a pretty relaxed video, maybe you could use nice, calm voices. But if there's something super exciting and Luke is scrambling around the kitchen and maybe you should be talking super fast and maybe your movements should be kind of jolted and maybe that takes into a play how your characters look and feel and act and how you'll portray them in your visuals. Okay, so take special consideration not only for the characters and setting but also the mood. All right, just like I've told every other group, you only can reference things that are happening in this chapter, this one only, not the whole book. Even though you've read this entire wonderful book, which I think is a class favorite, you can only reference the ideas that have happened specifically in your chapter. No foreshadowing to what you already know happens at the end. I'm looking at you. Yep, I know. Only the things that are happening in this particular chapter. I know you can do it. I have the utmost faith in this group, which is why I gave you this extra challenging chapter. So, prove me right. Show me all the amazing work you can do with the witches, your brains, teamwork. Show Miss Hal what you can do. And then we will have a wonderful video coming right out of the kitchen. All right? Get started. I'll be cheering for you. Go ahead.